And now let's prepare for meditation.
Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve, and remember? To love, to serve, and remember. To love.
Deep, deep, deep breath in now and hold it for just a moment. And as you're ready, just slowly exhale, and begin to let the body relax. Begin to let the body relax, settle in, for this is your time and space. Time to rekindle, renew, time to remember, to love, to serve, to remember. And then begin focusing on the breath, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, allowing the body to relax. Any place where there's tenseness, send love, allow it to relax. Focus on the breath, breathing in, breathing out. To love, to serve, to remember. In the midst of relaxing our body, our mind slows down and we connect with that divinity that each of us are. I connect with that divinity and I invite you to connect. For in the midst of that divinity is all the love that we need for any situation. And this morning, in the midst of this meditation, we take a nice deep breath in again and hold it. And as we exhale, we open up to love. I open. I open my heart and I open my mind to love. I allow love to permeate my body, to move through me. Love moves through every cell of my body, and as it does, I relax even more. For love is the divine harmonizer, and my body is in harmony. And my mind slows down even more from the thought machine that it is. And we breathe in, we breathe out, we settle down, we let go. To love, I bring that love. And in the midst of that love, I'm here to serve on this planet, to be an ambassador of love, to bring love to the earth, to the beings on this earth, to the earth itself, to the sky, to the plants, to the deer, to the whales, I'm an ambassador of love. And I share that. I share that love. I radiate that love. And I serve. I serve by being love. I serve by being love, for I am love. And as I serve in love, I remember that that's what it's all about. To love and to serve, to be a presence of love in this human experience, and to come together in love, in unity with each other, with people of all colors, of all faiths, of all ethnic origins, of all sexual orientations, of all gender orientations, of anything that we think is different. We bring love and we come together in unity. Radiating in love, radiating unity. We sit now. We sit in the silence. We be love. We be unity. We radiate. We love. We serve. And we remember in the silence. Breathing in and breathing out now. Beginning the journey back to this time and place. We begin wiggling the fingers and toes and moistening the lips and taking in a breath and exhaling. And as we begin moving the lower and upper extremities, we realize that we are love. I am love. I radiate love. I be love. And being that love, we take another breath. And as we do, we slowly open the eyes and exhale and say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
Try it again. I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, to believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth for all to see. All of the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am a living, breathing God, and you are one with me. We are called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be the glory here on earth for all to see. All of the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. You are the living, breathing God, and you are one with me. We are called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. And we are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be the glory here on earth for all to see. All of the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one with me. We are called to be. Oh, we're called to be love, called to be truth, called to be free, called to be.
David Trolley. Thank you, David. The music ministry of David Trolley. That was excellent. Thank you, David. What are you all called to be? What are you called to be? Let's think about that today while we move through this service. Am I being all that I'm called to be? And the talk today, servant leadership or to lead is to serve, is about being all that you are called to be and finding that through love and service. But first, I want to catch you up on a couple things and just talk about what's coming up so that you have an idea about what to expect for the summer. And I might go through the end of the year even a little bit. So as Bob said, we've got the small booklet discussion coming, and that starts on July 11th. And you find everything you need in the e-news. It's 3 weeks. You don't have to sign. You sign up, so you get the Zoom link, but you can come and go in it if you can't make one or two or whatever. And to get the booklet, you can find the link on the e-news. So order the booklet now, and I'll look forward to seeing you all then. It's virtual only. And then I wanted to let you know that, I talked about this last week. I think that Sundays in the summer, I'm going to be doing a series on unity principles again. John Duffy, as I gave him credit for, likes to go back to the basics, and I like going back to the basics too. And so I invite you to come on Sundays and come to each service and really let's grab these unity principles. Let's grab them because we can use them in our lives. I use them day by day, every month. Hi, everybody. My internet went out, so good to be back with you. Give me just a second here to catch myself up on my screen in front of me, and thank you for bearing with me here. I'm almost there. Oh, there we go. All right. So, thank you. So I think I was saying that I was going to do this Bible series. There we go. And I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to do some of the stories we're going to do are well, I'm going to spend 2 weeks talking about the Beatitudes. And so Jesus is a Sermon on the Mount. So I think that'll be fun. And then I talked about Jonah once before, but we're going to do the book of Jonah and the prodigal son. And then we've got some guest speakers coming. Jen Dickey, Carolyn Wendy will be here next week. Looking forward to her. And Martha Creek will be coming back soon. And then before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving and Christmas. And there we go. Happy New Year. So, and I wanted to mention that the events team, and today we're talking about to lead us to serve, so about service. And the events team is comprised of, I've got company here this morning, Miss Puma too. The events team is comprised of Dottie and Joy and Denise and Donna Tweltridge, and they're fast at work putting together the gratitude circle. And I think there's going to be something special this year at Christmas time. So we'll tell you more about that as the year goes on. So I think we've got a good next part of the year lined up. And then, I wanted to tell you that I volunteered last night. I usher, and I have my usher stories. And of course, always what I'm going to talk about, if I volunteer on a Saturday, it happens. Something comes up that I can talk about on Sunday. And of course, something did come up. And it was so wonderful because we're talking about serving, and we're talking about love, and we're talking about unity and coming together. And we're talking about how much we need to do all of that in this world, in this human experience. And so I volunteered at the Latin Cultural Festival last night, and it was just delightful. And, they had put a call out they were shy of volunteers, and they needed so many volunteers because there were shows everywhere, and there were stages up outside the Lesher Center and all kind of stuff going on. And so I really got to see people who were serving, who wanted to serve, who wanted to volunteer, who wanted to be there and give of themselves to share in this event and to say, we support regional arts, we support the arts, and we'll do what it takes to do that, to have the arts here in Contra Costa County, to bring the symphony. And so that's what service is all about, and loving what you're doing, wanting to do what you're doing, wanting to serve in the way that you're going to serve is so important. And we all wanted to be there. We wanted to be outside. We didn't know what the weather was going to be, but it was a beautiful day. And we had a good time. And I'll tell you what else was so wonderful. What a melting pot of people that came to this festival. Oh my goodness, my heart was open so wide. There were people of every color, of every ethnic origin, and you could tell that they were in relationship together. And the children that were there were, of course, there were kids and baby strollers. There were so many mixed ethnicities and colors and races and who knows what else, that it was just so wonderful to see all that happening and to have it happening in the city I live in. One of my favorite sights was two husbands pushing a baby stroller, two young husbands pushing a baby stroller. Of course, we chatted for a second and then they went on. And then, of course, you have the different cultures of Latin America. And they were all celebrating each other and themselves. And so we come together in service and in love. And I know that in this ministry, our servants are already leaders, because almost everybody in this ministry does some kind of service. Everybody. And you automatically become a leader in that. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But today we're going to talk about servant leadership, and we're going to first welcome some new members into the ministry. And already they've signed up to serve. That's part of our membership covenant. And they've all signed up to serve in some way. And if they haven't, I'll be calling them. No. And then we're also talk about service and leading. We're going to dedicate our prayer chaplains. We have 2 new prayer chaplains and 4 returning. And these are truly leaders in our ministry. When chaplains are busy people, they've got a lot going on, and they serve this ministry on a 24-hour basis, really, because they're always holding the ministry in prayer. And so we dedicate our chaplains today. One of my favorite books, it came from seminary, is To Lead is to Serve: How to Attract Volunteers and Keep Them by Char McBee. Wonderful book and very helpful about how to be the kind of leader that encourages service, that understands what it takes to want to serve and then to serve in wherever you're serving. And in that book, she has a quote from Albert Schweitzer. Schweitzer says, "I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know: the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and learned to serve." And it's so true. Well, you know, I always feel so good when I leave the Lesher Center. I mean, and I was tired yesterday when I left the Lesher Center. I was on my feet for 4. The shift was 3:30 to 7:30, so on concrete for 4 hours. I was ready to go home, and I walked home like a trooper. And so, but I was so joyful on that walk home. My heart was full from serving. Char McBee talks about a story and says there's a story in the Talmud about a king and his son. They loved each other very much, but they could not get along. So the son left home and went far away. After a while, word came back that the son was not doing well. The king sent a message to the prince and said, "Come home." No prince. Then the king sent another message saying, "Just turn around and come as far as you can. I will meet you wherever you are." This story, she says, expresses the essence of what it means to lead by serving. If we want to lead, we must serve. We must serve. She says that when she first became a volunteer leader, she expected people to meet her and to have the same level of commitment and the same interest in the project that she had. You know, as a young minister, I had that same expectation. And it didn't serve me well. It didn't serve me well. And I don't know if anybody on the board or has anybody has heard me say, well, to you, when we talk about doing things in this ministry, what do you need me to do? Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What excites you? If that doesn't excite you, let's not do it. Don't do it. Let's go some other way. We don't have to do that. People volunteer because they care. And so we're all leaders and we're all servants and we're servant leaders. So our job then is to make it possible for volunteers to give as much as their hearts can give. This means to find where they fit, how their skills can be applied, and then to give these volunteers what they need to do the work. We have to meet them where they are. If we are the leader, it's our job. And so I hope that whatever you're volunteering in, you're doing something that you want to do, that you love doing. And if it's for this ministry, I really hope you are enjoying it. I think everybody here has really volunteered for what their volunteer job is, has said, I want to do this, which is really fun. And if you don't have a volunteer job today in this ministry and would like one, see me or one of the board, we'll be happy to find something for you to do, or create something new, something that excites you, something you want to do. So what are the characteristics of servant leadership? What are the characteristics that we bring as leaders and we bring with us to serve? Robert Greenleaf said, servant leadership begins with the natural feeling that one wants to serve first, that one wants to serve first. Then conscious choice brings one to aspire to lead. Think about that. When one wants to serve and one chooses to serve, that brings one to aspire to lead. And it's so true. A year and a half ago, I was a new volunteer. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't give any information at the Lesser Center to anybody. I wasn't comfortable. But I've been there a year and a half now, and new volunteers are coming, and they don't know what to do. So I can help them. I can lead them. I can tell them, no, you don't need to do that, or don't pick up the trash after the show. We just pick up the programs, that's all. You know, little stuff, but they feel more comfortable. And so what are the characteristics that we bring? And one characteristic is listening. That as a leader, I have to listen to what you're telling me. And then as you go out to serve, you have to listen to the people or to what you're serving. What are they saying? What are they telling you? And the next characteristic is empathy. Well, in volunteerism, you need empathy. I'll tell you, and my good example is from last night. Whatever they're called, the manager came over, the volunteer manager said, oh, can you stay another half hour? And I said, I will, but I want you to know I'm really tired. And the next thing I know, somebody else came over and said, I'm going to relieve you. You go ahead and go home. And so she had empathy. She listened. She wanted me to come back. She wanted me to be happy as a volunteer. We have to be willing to be healing. Because things don't always go as we plan them when we're volunteering. And we have to be willing to see that. And we have to be willing to heal at that moment to people that aren't feeling good about what happened. We have to listen and be empathetic and help them heal. And we have to be aware. We have to be aware of what's going on in our surroundings. Like this morning when the internet went out and Mary Lindsay's going, oh my goodness, and she's texting me. And David Trolley's playing music all of a sudden. And everybody's aware. And we're all you're all volunteers. I mean, Mary's staff, but she's aware and she wants it to to work. And so we also bring things like conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, commitment to the growth of people. And we also bring building community. You know, one of the most marvelous ways, or one of the most profound ways that I see service happening, or have seen service happening, is through 12-step recovery programs. I think I've told you before, but I remember when I started going to AA, and they told me, well, you're going to have to do some service work. Well, all right. So you'll start with emptying the cigarette ashes out of the can and getting rid of them, and show up a half hour before and make coffee and then clean it up afterwards. Well, how often do I do that? Until we tell you to stop. What? Well, it took me to learn humility to enjoy doing that. And once I started enjoying doing it, once I started to feel good about it and realized that I was getting to know people by doing that, people came early. And some of them came early because they knew I'd be there early and started talking to me. And in recovery, you go through the first 11 steps and you kind of clear the wreckage of the past. And then the 12th step comes along. And it's being of service, helping the alcoholic in need. And it doesn't have to be alcoholic, helping the person in trouble, helping the person in need. You're going out of your way, you're serving on committees, you're going in and doing, leading an AA meeting in a recovery center or in a hospital, or who knows, or you're on call on the 12th step line in the AA office, and there's an alcoholic in trouble, and you're going out with another alcoholic and serving by helping them come into recovery if that's what they want to do. The joy of living is the theme of AA's 12th step, and action is its key word. Here we turn outward toward our fellow alcoholics who are still in distress. Here we experience the kind of giving that asks no rewards. Here we begin to practice all 12 steps of the program in our daily lives so that we and those about us may find emotional sobriety. When the 12th step is seen in its full implication, it is really talking about the kind of love that has no price tag on it. From the big book on the 12th step. The kind of love that has no price tag on it. So, I want to talk about membership, because membership is service, and membership is unity, and membership is love. And then I want to welcome our new members into membership of this ministry. So what does membership mean in unity? Now, before I start this, I don't know how long I was off, but I'm going to be going past 11 o'clock, so forgive me. And if you need to go, I understand, but I'm just going to go on until we're done. So what does membership mean in unity? Well, the most important consideration for unity membership is a desire to know God and to understand and follow the spiritual principles. We believe there are many paths to the one God. So as a member of Unity Center of Davis, you are wholly free to live your life according to the inspiration of the Spirit of truth within you. Membership affirms your commitment to your individual spiritual growth and to your spiritual community. We gain strength from our unity and the power of coming together into a collective Christ consciousness. As we come together, seeking the flow and wisdom of the universe, we become more awakened and enlightened. Membership marks your dedication to sharing in the spirit of love and serving as a channel through which God's blessings can flow to you and through you to your loved ones, our community, and to the world. So we welcome our new members in, and in our unity of purpose and our love of God and the energy of the universe, and as dedicated true students of truth, we believe that the revealment of truth direct from spirit is the rock which our church is built on. That truth is the rock that our church is built on. And we believe that our church is really not a place, but always a people. Never a fold, but always a flock. Never a sacred building, but always a believing assembly. An assembly believing in truth. As we, individual students of truth, unite in spirit, drawn into cooperation and friendship through invisible bonds and love and mutual interest in truth, we strengthen one another and we work together. So today we welcome 5 new members into the UCOD community. Bob McAvoy, Sandra Hamill, Fran Seichel, Ken Seichel, and Dottie Bonneau. So as I call your name, new members, will you, yes, let's give them a hand. I think that's a good idea. Welcome. And as I call each of your names, would you please virtually extend your hand, and I'll virtually extend my hand. And I hope that you can see me do that. And I will welcome you as a member into Unity Center of Davis. So Bob McAvoy, as minister at Unity Center of Davis, it is my privilege on behalf of its membership and board of trustees to receive you into the full and active membership of this church, extending to you the right hand of fellowship. God bless you, Bob. God bless you. Sandra Hamill, as minister of Unity Center of Davis, it is my privilege on behalf of its membership and the board of trustees to receive you into the full and active membership of this church, extending to you the right hand of fellowship. God bless you, Sandra. Welcome. Fran Seichel. Fran, as minister of Unity Center of Davis, it is my privilege on behalf of its membership and board of trustees. Fran, don't switch on me, Fran. And board of trustees to receive you into the full and active membership of this church, extending to you the right hand of fellowship. God bless you, Fran. God bless you. Welcome. Kent Seichel. Kent, as minister of Unity Center of Davis, it is my privilege on behalf of its membership and board of trustees to receive you into full and active membership of this church, extending to you the right hand of fellowship. God bless you, Kent. Welcome. And Dottie Bonneau, Dottie, as minister of Unity Center of Davis, it is my privilege on behalf of its membership and board of trustees to receive you into full and active membership of this church, extending to you the right hand of fellowship. God bless you, Dottie. Welcome. Now, if all of you would extend a right hand of fellowship, as I quote the psalmist, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Thank you. And so, well, that was fun. I had a good time. Welcome, everybody. And so, we're going to dedicate our chaplains this morning, and I'm going to cut back on everything that a lot of what I was going to say, but you know, the chaplains are prayer chaplains, and they bring prayer to this ministry. They do so many things. They do wellness calls. They do home and hospital visits. They maintain the prayer list. They are active in World Day of Prayer. We do noon meditations. And Myrtle Fillmore said this in her healing letters about prayer. This is our method of prayer, acknowledging our oneness with God, claiming the ability that this gives, and expecting to have not, excuse me, I'm going to start that again. This is our method of prayer, acknowledging our oneness with God, claiming the ability that this gives, and expecting to have the things needed and conducive to spiritual progress. We say in chaplaincy, we have 5 movements in prayer. Opening up your heart. Recognition that we're all one. Bringing that together into the human experience and the divinity together. And then realize that we are whole and always whole. And then appreciation. And so those movements of prayer are what our chaplains move through. And they sign a commitment each year. And the highlights of that commitment say that I commit to a daily spiritual journey, which is based on love, faith, prayer, and gratitude. I commit to demonstrate an active commitment to Unity Center of Davis principles and beliefs in my daily life. I commit to express the desire and ability to lovingly listen to others. I commit to prayer both with myself and with others. I commit to having and demonstrating a genuine interest in the well-being of congregants and the other prayer chaplains. And I commit to hold all that is shared in strict confidence. And we have a song that is very part of chaplaincy. David Trolley.
I, the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard my people cry. All who dwell in dark and sin, my hand will save. I who made the stars of night, I will make their darkness bright. Who will bear my light to them? Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I
now if our chaplains would unmute, and if you haven't already put your stole on, please put your stole on now. And we dedicate 6 chaplains today.
my goodness.
Marcia Chicotto, will you hold our people in your heart?
Yes.
Blessings, Marcia. Blessings. Don Morrill, will you hold our people in your heart?
Yes, I will.
Blessings, Don. Thank you. Julie Curry, will you hold our people in your heart?
Yes, I will.
And you have been. Thank you, Julie. Dottie Bonneau, will you hold our people in your heart?
I will.
Well, bless you, Dottie. Thank you. And Fran Seichel, will you hold our people in your heart?
Yes, I will.
Welcome, Fran. Thank you. Welcome, chaplains. We'll see you all at the chaplain meeting.
I will too, Reverend Rich.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh God. And I'm on a roll, Patricia Wright.
I know you are,
I'm
but
on a roll.
I'm with you.
This is the second time in a week.
Good for you, Patricia.
Oh, Patricia Wright, the wonderful Patricia Wright, who platforms and is on Sunday and is just such a wonderful prayer chaplain. Patricia, will you hold our people in your heart?
I will.
Oh, thank you, Patricia. Thank you for bearing with me. Welcome. Thank you, everybody. And so, how very good and pleasant it is to come together in unity. Thanks for being here today. Go forth, have a wonderful week, and remember, to lead is to serve is to lead. Thank you.